She's your queen to be, a queen to provide for, quenches Hannes's desires. Alright, it looks like we are up and running. We're getting all kinds of confirmation from the chat. That means we can get Joystiq streams underway. Foben says it's too perfect. That's what we do here. We provide perfection. Horrifying, deeply disturbing perfection. But not quite. Not really. We provide a wonderful live service wherein we play video games and talk about them for your pleasure. And today...
Sometimes for your displeasure, I should point out.
Yes, sometimes for your displeasure, but not today. Not today. That was, you hear Ludwig Kitzman, the editor-in-chief of Joystiq.com.
Hello, everybody.
Luddy, what are we playing today?
We're playing Full Boar, in which you play as a boar.
But not somebody that you try to not somebody you try to get away from at a party.
No, like, but you forgot the secret part is he also bores through things. So there's this is wordplay all over the place.
Yeah, this is all kinds of different usages of.
I'm just going to the graphic settings here because I really want to increase the resolution and the anti-aliasing and the temporal transmogrification.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, hey, if you're not,
just look at all these options.
If you aren't putting full bore to the insane settings, then you're not getting.
Can my computer run it? I don't know if it can handle all these pixels.
Full bore. First, you need to download DirectX 90 to make sure that it renders all the pixelated bores properly.
So this is by Whole Hog Games. So you know they're serious about hogs because they named their company after them.
Yeah, and like they named the company after the complete hog package. It is Whole Hog Games, not just Partial Hog Games, which used to operate in the 90s. What I just said isn't true. There was never a video game studio named Partial Hog Games.
But that sounds fantastic.
I would definitely play games by Partial Hog Games. So if anybody is unfamiliar with Full Bore is a puzzle platformer with exploration elements, sort of not quite a Metroid, but similar to a game that came out last year called Steam World Dig on Nintendo 3DS, which is actually quite good. But this obviously takes a far more animalistic approach, because this is about boars digging into the ruins of lost boredom. That's boredom with an A after the O. So Luddy, have you ever played Full Bore before? I played
a little bit of it. I haven't played the final version of the game yet. But as you can see, you start by choosing whether or not you want to play as Frederick, who is a boar, or Hildy, who is also a boar. So I'm not really sure which one I should go with. Should I go with Frederick? I'm going to go with Frederick because my middle name is actually Frederick.
Oh yeah, that seems faded.
It's got a CH instead of a K.
This is indeed the final version of Full Bore, which just hit Steam this week. And
look at how cute he is. He's just adorable.
He is adorable. Look at those tusks look like they need serious business, though. Speaking of serious business, if you guys are like, man, this is exactly what I've been waiting for my entire life. I need boars in my life. We are going to give you the opportunity to get some boars in your life. We are giving away a number of Steam codes for Full Bore right now, and we're just going to be dropping them into the chat willy-nilly, we're throwing our hands in the air like we just don't care, and that's the way it's going to go down. So prepare yourself. Everybody who wants to camp for codes, make it happen, because they're just going to appear.
I'm falling.
Alright.
Should probably be screaming in this terrifying part.
boars aren't built for that. No boar ankles can support that kind of fall into the nether realms of boredom.
It's kind of like a cool, twangy soundtrack starting right now. Now we begin the exploration.
Whole Hog Games themselves have joined us in the chat. Search CD, baby, for full board. Whole Hog Games, allow me to get the proper link in there. So everybody can get in on the soundtrack goods. So the game is actually broken into 2 parts, and the beginning is sort of like a little bit of a tutorial, and part 2 has been unavailable until now. And part 2 is when the boar gets serious, and gets a long leather trench coat and starts assassinating people. That doesn't happen. That's not a real thing.
So it has a cool rewind mechanic. So like I can just walk myself back to this point. You stomp to loosen some of these things.
Letty, do you tend to like, sort of time travel-y mechanics in your platformers? Do you like a little braid or a little Blinks the Cat option?
Okay, not a little Blinks the Cat, but
hey, this is a Blinks the Cat friendly zone.
Is it? Because I seem to remember that we're still on Earth. We're still on planet Earth. How is that possible for it to be a friendly zone for that game?
No! Blinks the Cat is great.
Do you like that game?
I will admit that I've never played the original. I've only played 2, and I actually have a fondness for 2. It's not the best thing in the world, but I think that there is a certain charm to the stuff that studio made. Now I can't remember that guy's name. He's one of the original Sonic the Hedgehog creators from Sega.
Yuji Naka?
No, it was not. It was not Yuji Naka. It was the other guy. Oh, the other guy. But yeah, I like time travel stuff. I like a little rewind mechanic like that. Mm-hmm. But man, am I bad at solving puzzles when they involve rewinding. It just does. My brain simply does not work that way. I always mess up. That is the cutest boar. I can't stop looking at how adorable he is. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a boar. So, Ludwig, you were saying that you have played briefly before.
Yeah. I think I may have played the beginning part of the game, like where you get into this rocket.
And do you know what your ultimate goal here is?
Well, you're trying to get back to the surface, I think. So I just arrived in this new area via rocket. And basically, it's a pretty cool puzzle game because your repertoire at the beginning is very simple. You can pound the ground to loosen dirt. You can dig through certain things, and you can climb up 1 block high levels, basically. And so you're trying to squirm your way through this environment. It kind of reminds me of Scapegoat a little bit, in the sense that it's sort of almost a single screen kind of puzzle-solving game. There are... Letty, you and I have talked about this before on the podcast and even in some of the streams, but there has started to be like a sort of backlash against seeing pixelated, games from independent studios again. For like 6 years, it was highest fashion. It was hot couture to make pixel games, and now and it's not widespread because there's a lot of fondness for new pixel games. There's excitement for full board. There's excitement for things like Broforce and Ollie Ollie, and I see that backlash, but I feel like the backlash is at the super minimalist pixel look,
And something else we've talked about is that, like, making a game that looks like sort of like a Super Nintendo or Sega Saturn era 2D game is really, really difficult. It takes a lot of, like, hard work and artistry. And this, like, I will say, Full Bore actually does look like a Super Nintendo game.
Like, yeah, I think people want to see. I mean, in the sense that how we moved between eras of different looks for games. Eventually, we moved on, right? We moved from NES to SNES, and graphical styles changed at that point. And I think people want to see that same progression in independent games. A lot of them do it for homage. A lot of them do it because it's a cost-effective way. A lot of them do it because it's a stylistic choice. And I think as long as you can justify it and you don't make that your game's central draw, I think it's a lot more acceptable for people.
All right, what was Dean the Boar telling you to do? Dean seems like he's old and wizened. He looks like that guy that's freaking out at the end of Princess Mononoke.
He's the boss of this mining company. I just crashed a rocket through their central premises, so now I'm working for them.
Way to join the Boar proletariat. Wait a second. Oh man, you are constantly falling down mine shafts. That's rough.
That's making getting to the surface pretty tough. Ooh, I found a passage. So notice how like there's little pieces of art that let you know something is traversable. Like over here, you can see there's a bunch of vines and greenery.
Joystiq's managing editor Susan Arndt just popped into the chat and just realized that we are playing a game about micro pigs. Everybody in the chat, something you should know about Joystiq.com is...
I think I just died.
Oh, how did you die?
I think I jumped through this platform here and I fell to my death. There, notice the change in color. It's like...
So wait, you can fall to your death?
Yep, but then you just use the time travel mechanic to bring yourself back. I don't know if that's ever explained in the plot, or maybe boars just have that inherent power. I actually haven't read up much on the biology of boars.
That's
but it's completely possible that they're able to travel through time.
Well, that's how they gather truffles for really fancy restaurants. You'd think that the boars and warthogs just sniff out the truffles? Wrong. Because when they find the truffle, they actually start to eat them and have to use their time travel powers to actually produce them. That's why truffles cost so much. Not because they're scarce, but because time travel's expensive. Didn't you see Back to the Future? That is not a thing. That's not a thing. That's not true at all. But yes, before I was explaining, Joystiq.com, every single day, while we're laying out reviews and features and news and planning streams and planning the podcast and doing all the things that we do, there is a tangent that we tend to fall down the rabbit hole of with a regular basis, and that's deciding what the Joystiq pet will be. And there are plenty of contenders for that spot. The Sugar Glider is my personal favorite, but the Micro Pig, the Joystiq Micro Pig, is something that gets brought up a lot. So if anybody watching at home happens to raise micro pigs and is looking to get your micro pigs into the video game criticism and journalism world, give us a shout. That's something we would like to hear about. Luddy, what's your vote for Joystiq pet?
I have my heart set on the micro pig, honestly. I think that's gonna be the way to go.
You're a micro pig believer? Ludwig, not to sound like a complete crazy person, but are there any, like, pets that are distinctive in South Africa that are not common anywhere else?
I don't think so.
No?
Nope.
Nobody keeps, like, sharks? Well, you guys do have the second highest population of coastal great white sharks in the entire world.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would consider that a pet, per se.
Somebody isn't trying hard enough. That's my Teflon 12 is saying a mongoose would be pretty awesome. I happen to agree. I think mongooses are awesome. And it would clear up Joystiq's cobra problems. We're constantly being attacked by poisonous cobras in the office. That is not...
That's not happening.
Luddy, my eyes are terrible. So what are these computer terminals telling you when you find them?
I think this is conversations about various work issues happening in this this construction company, or this digging company.
Frenzied Fox has asked about how long is this game. Whole Hog Games has said that Full Bore lasts about 6 to 8 hours across both parts. So it's, you know, it's substantial for a puzzle platformer. It's pretty beefy. We got some shout-outs for Ricky Tikki Tavi, and I back those shout-outs. Absolutely. You would!
Oh wait, there's a gem that I missed. Damn it.
Go get it.
I don't know if I can make it at this point.
Yeah, is there a way? So can you rewind yourself back up, Luddy, if you've fallen down?
Yeah, I think you can rewind yourself quite far, but... I mean... Is that gem worth it? I don't know.
Really, are any gems worth it, Luddy?
Actually, we both know the answer to that. Gems are always worth it. I'm gonna go for it.
Well, wait, are we talking about... Yeah, so gems with a G, I would say, are not always worth it. But Gem with a J, since she is truly, truly outrageous, I would say is always worth it. But that's just me.
Okay, well I got
it.
And we're going in here now. Oh, I found another boar. His name is Ham.
What is that boar gonna do with a gem? Oh, maybe he's getting married. Are he and Hildy an item? Is that...
I think they are trying to get back to one another. So I just got something called a mapper, which, as you might have guessed, shows you a map. Let's see, zoom in here. So I think these are the various levels and how they're linked to one another through various entranceways. See, it's quite large.
Oh wow, yeah.
I guess if you're someone who enjoys the Metroid games and you like getting one, or even the Castlevania games, and you like getting 100% on a map, you'll be very happy to see percentage indicators on the side.
Yeah, I can't immediately tell, Luddy. Looking at the map, are there little icons for items, or is it just the percentages that are showing you what's what?
I mean, it looks like there's a percentage for doorways, there's a percentage of gems collected, there's a question mark, so maybe that's secrets, and I believe the last one is the percentage of documents that you can, which you would find on the computers, I think.
Luddy, before you break from the map,
Sorry.
we're going to take now that you've broken from the map, we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and when we hop back in, we're going to toss another code into the chat, so stick around. All right, buddy. Let's hop back into it. Everybody's thank you for sticking with us. Letty, where are you gonna head now that you have a wider view of what's going on down here in the nether regions of boredom?
Down, always heading down.
I'm always getting down.
Never stop heading down. Let's see what's through here.
Can somebody sing some Tom Petty for us? Rolling Down a Dream? No? Maybe next time?
Our audience doesn't know what that is.
They all know.
It's too old reference.
Well, you know Joystiq streams, everybody. If we're not dropping references to songs that are at least 18 years old, that's the way it always goes. If you're just joining us, today on Joystiq Streams, Mr. Ludwig Kitzman, Joystiq's editor-in-chief, and myself, Anthony John Agnello, Joystiq community manager, are playing Full Boar by Whole Hog Game. And Ludwig is controlling Frederick, the boar, who is, now he's coming up in the world. He's got a job with a mining company, and that job entails diving deep into the nether regions of the boar world and digging up gems. However, Frederick can do some tricky stuff, such as time traveling. Didn't you know that all porcine beings can do that?
Yeah, it's not just him, it's any boar.
Hey, all boars. All boars!
Yeah, this game is actually 100% realistic.
Elvin Monk, how is Tom Petty old? Tom Petty has been recording since 1970, man. That is... like, when you're facing down half a century of recording career, that classifies you as old.
It's really fun when you get a streak of just smashing through things and you get sort of a blue glow about you. You're just breaking through all this stuff.
Do we know what the blue glow is?
Motivation. Okay, I just turned on a laser. That seems good. Lasers are good, right? I think so. Let's dig and 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 dig. Pushing blocks.
Oh, there's a laser happening now. It's like you're in Quickman stage from Mega Man 2. That will probably kill you, won't it?
About to fight the... what was it? The Red Devil? Yellow Devil?
The Yellow Devil. The Red Devil. The Red Devil is Ghosts and Goblins. Different cap.
I got him confused with the actual devil, which is red. We just had a cave-in.
Not the metal hardcore band Cave-In. A collapse of materials, you mean, right? Call me crazy. Oh! Who is this other boar that you have just run into?
His name is Macaran. I just met him.
And what is Mac? Have you gotten to
Macaran? He has green eyes. He has green eyes.
Macaran seems
He's telling
like
me the elevator isn't exactly working at the moment. At this point, I actually have no idea where I am, so I guess I'm pretty thankful for this map. Yeah, I'm way down underground right now.
For those waiting for code and are dealing with some of the delay that happens from as we speak and then it catches up on the stream, we got a little question for you. Oh my, oh hell yes. You've got to put on... Go ahead. Fill it in. Fill in what I just said. And the first one to do it gets a code.
A reason to confess. Something you bought from Payless.
It's these wonderful kids. Oh, Deadly Maverick. Deadly Maverick nails it! No! Everybody who's answering, Deadly Maverick got it first, and he was specific. It's your party dress. You've got to put on that party dress. Sing me a song. What if pants? Deadly Maverick, check your private messages here on Twitch in just a moment, because there is a code for full bore coming your way. Luddy, did you just find some kind of creepy, horrifying altar at the bottom of this cave?
I'm trying to get to this altar, but I'm not really sure how to get there. I need to push a block or something in front of it, because I can't pound through this wall. See, I'm knocking my head against the wall. Luckily, boars are very good at solving puzzles. I see a laser nearby, that might be
maybe I just don't know about I don't know much about boars out in the wild. I'm a city boy. I can't help it. But do boars have, impressive jumping and climbing skills? This doesn't seem like something they would be really, really good at.
Well, that's a mean thing to say.
I guess.
So this
I
block
guess
is interesting. Like the one you'll see it in just a second. You stand on it, and when you do the ground pound, it shifts down just a little bit. So you kind of use it like an impromptu element. I feel like I haven't felt like I've been stumped yet by this game. I feel like there's always another room to find, or something that can keep you going.
Okay, Luddy, could you do me a huge favor and check the map? Because I would love to see if the map changes as you reach new areas. Does it, fill in any way? Or is it just complete from the outset?
I think it's complete, just the rough outline of it.
Just the rough outline of it?
You see the doorways, where each doorway in the map is, that takes you to a different map.
So what do you... Oh man, there's a creation myth in the background of this one screen too.
Mm-hmm.
One day there were boars, and then the next day those boars met
The boars
dudes.
brought the machines, and that is how we figured out how to go underground.
Will you take the blue pill or the red pill, Frederick, to find out about the reality of your boar life? I don't know why.
I found a secret. Totally found a secret. I'll wait for the stream to catch up so you can see it. I think I found a Chozo statue.
All right, Whole Hog Games. I know you're listening. If Full Bore 2 can have a morph ball, I would greatly appreciate it.
Oh shit! I destroyed the statue.
Oh,
Oops. Wait. It was very brittle.
Cirrus654 is asking, is this an adventure game or a platformer? Why, Cirrus654? I believe it's a little bit of both.
I would say platformer is more accurate, but even then, I think it's more of a puzzle game.
Yeah.
It's clearly about reading the environment and shifting things around so that you can traverse it. Because you don't have a lot of... you have zero agility, essentially. You're just able to move one block at a time.
Ludwig Susan is saying, way to destroy antiques. I don't think boars have a sense of lasting propriety. Isn't that what this is about? That they have sullied the land?
Yeah, I'm not here to preserve things. I'm here to exploit and
exploit the land.
Exactly.
I question the environmental message of Full Bore. Not really. It seems to be very conscious. The game opens with all this lovely bird song and green grass. I do wonder if there are more outdoor environments that if you traverse to new locales from out of the darkness in here. Puzzle adventure with boar elements. Forgettable username. I wish that there was an old style box that said that for this game.
sure how to get what I need.
You still just can't figure out how to get... Is there... So, that's an interesting moment, you know? Like, when you run into these exploration games, that you are supposed to get stuck at a certain moment. Can you go somewhere else now?
I can, but I feel like I have enough pieces to be able to solve...
To be able to get through this?
Situation.
Can you get to the boar that is sitting up by the little lamp in that doorway? Can you get to him? Because I think you can drop through one of the little boxes near him, because it looks a little bit different than the others.
Well, it looks like I need to create a platform here somewhere.
Oh.
So that I can get to this creepy altar.
Oh.
If I take this down.
If evil Lovecraftian gods emerge from that altar, I would be pretty thrilled. What do you call it?
That is absolutely what should happen. Come on, now I'm on the wrong side of this thing, so I can't push it. I can't push it further.
Kithborlu? Is that a thing? A little bit of Kithborlu. No. Whole Hog Games says no comment regarding Eldritch horrors.
Aha!
Oh, Luddy, what have you just discovered? How are you just teleporting?
I reversed time.
Yes, but how did you... Okay, so guide us through the process of what you just did.
You just press a button, you hold Y, and it freezes the game. And then you can either reverse in steps, or you can reverse to the last time you entered the room, I think.
Oh.
It's kind of like a VCR style.
Eldritch borers.
Now I have this other block here, but I'm not really sure how it works. So
Ludwig, is this your favorite kind of, like, you know, is this the kind of 2D game that you gravitate to? Like, do you want something that's a little bit more action-y? Do you want, like, Mega Man? Or do you want something that's, you know, about reflexes, like Mario? Or do you want to explore when you're jumping over things?
I'm fine with either one, honestly. It depends on what I'm in the mood for. If I feel like I'm in the mood for something... Oh, I just activated a laser. Crazy things are happening.
It's getting crazy in this boar house. Another...
So now I forgot how that block works, but...
Here's how we're going to give away the next code here in the chat. I think I'm gonna stick with lyrics. I'm always obsessed with lyrics. I like song lyrics. So, you know, just like we did before, everybody, complete it. First one to properly complete it gets the code via private message. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head. Have at it, everybody. Fill it in. Ever since yesterday, when Richard and I rewrote most of the lyrics for Bohemian Rhapsody, it's been stuck in my head. Just stuck in my head. Susan, amazing! Made him bacon, now he's fed! I am so happy about it! But Mr. Fantastic 1020 is our Queen fan of the hour. Thank you, sir. Thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening me. Mr. Fantastic 1020, check your private messages in just a moment. Luddy, it's getting a little creepy down there.
I wouldn't say creepy, but... I've clearly made some poor decisions, though.
Everybody in the chat who is wondering how to get the really super funky soundtrack for Full Bore, we have just popped a link into the chat where you can buy that on a CD, baby.
What's a CD?
Oh, man, so back in the day, when you wanted to listen to music, you had to go find a circle of some kind. So they made giant circles made of vinyl that you could listen to music on, and they made other giant circles made of plastic and then wrapped magnetic tape around the circles, and the music was on there, and then after that, you could go buy plastic flat discs with a hole in the middle, and music was on those. And a laser shined onto those little plates, and you listened to music that way. It was really crazy. You didn't have to, like, sacrifice goats or anything to listen to music, but that's how it used to work. Crazy, I know. Millennial Buddha, those are Frisbees. Are they? Are they really? Is it, Bart? Is it really? Strangely, not quite as many Simpsons quotes during Joystiq streams as you would expect. Everybody who might just be joining us for the first time, we are playing Full Bore here on Joystiq streams. Ludwig Kitzman is behind the wheel, guiding Frederick the Boar on his mining duties and time-traveling escapades. Little do you know, that's a real thing that is taking place in this game. Elvin Monk says it's a fad, 8-track all the way. I disagree, sir. I prefer an Edison cylinder if I'm going to be listening to music.
What on earth is an Edison cylinder?
Okay, so when vinyl records were created way back in when the phonogram was created, Thomas Edison wanted in on the audio action and was like, screw the phonogram. I can do this better. I am going to give people music in their own home without an instrument. And so he created a music player that you would load a cylinder, a wax cylinder into. And the cylinder would rotate, sort of like what you see in a music box, with the little sort of metal cylinder that tweaks the little keys to make sounds that way. Mm-hmm. But yes, Susan Hart, it's the original Betamax. It is. An Edison cylinder literally is the original Betamax. I really hope that now, as you're digging through this, mine, that you actually find an Edison cylinder. The Boar's greatest mistake! The Edison cylinder! We're an educational program here on Joystiq Streams, everybody. That's just true. Something that this game does really, really well that is not obvious at first is lighting. The lighting is really, really cool. Just that sort of like fade that exists around the doorway on that screen that you were just on.
Very cool.
Really nice looking.
I'm experimenting with various configurations of blocks. I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Alright, use the spider ball, Letty. You gotta use the spider ball.
That's always the solution, isn't it?
You always say, spider ball. Everybody in the chat who may not be a Twitch Turbo member, stick around. We'll be back in just 30 seconds. And when we're back, we'll have another code for you. Stick around. And for everybody that does have Turbo, you can continue to watch Luddy struggle for ages to get through this one section of the game.
I know, it has become a struggle at this point. Okay, can't get through there. I'm trying to get higher, but...
Luddy, not only are you struggling this, but Whole Hog Games in the chat is just mocking your pain at this very moment. Alright, so we did Tom Petty, and we did Queen, and now, I think, if we're going to give another code away for completing lyrics, we're going to have to get a little bit more obscure. So, everybody in the chat, if you can finish the next lyric where I stop, you get a code. You better run for the hills, because the Mac is back. I'm hugging up creatures like Stack Homeboy. Go. That one is not common.
Well, I'm curious to see how long it takes for someone to get it.
Yeah, actually, Luddy, do you know that one?
No. Probably
right.
before my time, right?
You know what? If anybody needs a hint, that is a deep cut by Sir Mix-a-Lot. And if you guys want to get even more obscure, not only is that a deep cut by Sir Mix-a-Lot, but that song appeared on a CD once upon a time known as the Beavis and Butthead Experience.
Wow.
That's right. Full bore throws down like it's 1993 up in here. That's how we're doing it. Oh, no one's found it. I think I may have stumped him.
You broke them.
Yeah, I'm happy about that, actually. Elven Monk, yes, it is Sir Mix-a-Lot. Here, I'll throw it in again. You better run for the hills, because the Mac is back. I'm hugging up Creature's Boy. Monsters Kinky, got no morals. What comes right after that? Right after got no morals.
Don't have any morals. That is the correct English.
I don't know if correct English is worthy in Sir Mix-a-Lot songs.
Probably not, no.
By the way, you are really trapped in here, man.
I don't think I'm trapped yet. I'm just like trying to figure out how to get my stuff. Oh no!
Yeah.
I think I've made a terrible mistake now.
Millennial Buddha making it happen in the chat with the with the wonderful poetic mind of Sir Mix-a-Lot. Very happy. Susan with the trapped in the closet reference. Man, I pull out my gun! Sorry, I don't know about you guys, but I tend to watch R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet at least once a month. All 20 episodes. Luddy, there have been some requests for you to explore upwards. Can you get out of the room that you're stuck in?
I think so. Let me just try one more thing here. Let me see if this leads it. Nope. It doesn't. Okay, I think I can get out of here.
You can get out?
I can leave whenever I want to. Oh, here's a part that I didn't even consider.
You've discovered a new path. I love that moment in an exploration game where, like, you are just going around in circles. You have absolutely no idea where you're going, no idea what to do. Even looking at the map isn't really helping. And you have that moment where you say, aha! Well, here is this one little corner of the room that I haven't quite looked at.
Or here's this
yet.
one object that I didn't even realize was here.
Right, that you couldn't do this. Oh, it's some kind of crazy boar classroom.
Yeah, they're teaching digging theory over here, which clearly I could use.
I'm gonna say that, like, this seems like a class that it just makes it unnecessarily difficult to get to for students. You know,
If you don't make it to class, are you really going to be able to learn anything?
This is exactly what's wrong with the boar education system. Let me tell you. That's not true. Ludwig, is this as far as you got the first time you played this first section?
Oh, I'm way beyond.
You're way beyond?
Yeah.
Whole Hog Games, if you're hanging out in the chat still, any advice for Ludwig?
I'm not stuck, hey. I'm moving on.
You're moving on?
Finding a whole world out here.
You found some kind of terrifying missile. Is that what that is?
No, it's a digging machine.
It's a digging machine?
It's broken.
I would like to know how boars are building computers when they don't have opposable thumbs. Is there a type of tusk manipulation that I'm just not familiar with?
Have some faith.
I bore-leave it. No. I feel awful about it now.
And look at how rapidly this map is expanding. Like, just every time I find a new doorway, it's taking me to new places.
Ludwig, you know, it's apples and oranges, really. But how would you say Full Bore compares to the hallucinatory experience of the Amazing Spider-Man?
Not as hilarious, I think it's fair to say. Clearly much better thought out, I would say. So.
If anybody has
the story seems more believable.
Yeah, it seems a lot more human, I will say. If anybody has not yet read Ludwig Kitzman's review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm going to pop a link right into the chat right now. Go read it, because it illuminates the kind of hilarious horror that is the new Spider-Man game.
Well, this game would be much better if it had at least one person who went, I do say, how rude.
I do say, Spider-Man! How can you do that?
So I think maybe I've looped back to where I've been before. Yeah, I've been at the dig site, so there are multiple entries and exits for all of these locations. It's starting to become like a web, much like a Spider-Man. A web of environments.
Oh! Go race Hildy is advice from Whole Hog Games.
Go race Hildy?
Yeah, that's the thing that you can do.
I have no idea how to do that. Oh god.
I gotta admit, Lenny, I am kind of scared of this game. Because I know that if I start playing this, like, tonight, I will not stop.
You know what? I can totally see that. I find myself already not really sure. What is the stopping point in a game like this, right?
Yeah, well, no, that's the. It's funny. There has been a boom in recent years of like these sort of Metroidvania style two-dimensional exploration, especially since crowdfunding has become such a popular way to get smaller games made. And the thing is there are a lot of them, but it's really, really hard to make one well. And like there's that special ineffable quality that a good one has, where you say to yourself, all right, well, one more room. I just gotta get out of here. All right, one more thing. All right, well, I looked at the map and now I want to check out this one more thing.
Yeah.
One thing.
It's very intricate, right? Like there are so many little secrets that I'm seeing here. And
is it tweaking your exploration pleasure center? Is that a thing that is happening?
Yeah, I think I really like how it's not obvious how everything is connected. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm going room to room in a linear fashion. It feels like I'm still exploring because my direction is not really thought out at this point. But, like, right now, I'm, like, just trying to get to this mysterious object on the other side of the room.
It's always mysterious objects!
Oh, man, did I just mess this up?
You have the ability to time travel. Huh. Vipor said Neversoft's Spider-Man game on the PS1 was the best Spider-Man game. I actually might back up that claim, Vipers. That was a very good game. I am sad to hear that Neversoft as an independent entity will no longer exist after this week's Infinity Ward announcement. Luddy, were you ever a Neversoft guy? You like a big fan of the old Tony Hawk games or their work on Guitar Hero?
No, not really.
Alright, what is that, like, open sort of... Is that a vent of some kind that you're trying to get to?
It looks like an eyeball or something. I'm sure that's not what it is.
Is that the Eldritch Horror that we predicted would show up?
I mean, that is certainly possible.
It's always a possibility. Knock out the dirt below the box, says Millennial Buddha. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have just about 6 minutes left as Ludwig desperately tries to figure out what is going on. Whole Hog Games is illuminating this a little bit. They're saying those are pearls, and those pearls are just the tip of the iceberg. I am a little terrified here. I would love...
As you should be.
This boar's life. Or maybe they are the tip of a Cthulhu tentacle.
Now that I would believe.
That I would believe. That seems probable. So can you not climb back up there?
No, see, I need to keep a gap there, or I need to keep a lock there so that I can cross and push that lock on top of another one so that I can cross over.
Oh. Oh, that's so tricky.
Yeah. So let's see if let me back up a little bit. Maybe I can do a better
job. Single and loving it. We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. I kind of like that idea. If I was going to be assimilated into a group of boars, I'd be kind of into it. Call me crazy. I would enjoy that.
This is Trixie.
Ludwig, you have to get to that pearl before...
I think I'm gonna.
You have 4 minutes to figure this out. Or all of boredom will be just horrified at your boar acumen. Everybody believes in you. Chat, you believe in Ludwig, right?
No, don't believe in me. It's a bad idea. You'll just get disappointed. You'll be disappointed.
Don't believe in me.
Whatever you do.
I don't know what I'm doing.
This is my first day as a bull. I don't know what,
Alright, Whole Hog Games says you were real close. You were right there.
Man.
And Freeze Fish is saying you shouldn't have destroyed that last wooden box. You apparently broke the wooden box that you needed.
I carelessly broke the box that I needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start to wind down the stream, we do have one more code to give away, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you have enjoyed today's stream, Joystiq streams broadcasts every Tuesday and Thursday between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m., and every now and again we sneak in an extra, just to get super tricky like that. And if you want to find out about what we have coming up, and when we drop in to just do a surprise one, like last week we did a surprise stream of Super Smash Bros. Melee, gave away all kinds of virtual console games. And why did we do that? Because why not, man? Super Smash Bros. Melee is awesome. So you can find out about all that action by following Joystiq on Facebook and Twitter and even Google+. We post things there. Just go to all of those different services and search Joystiq with a Q and you will find us. You will also always find us at joystiq.com. We have a lot of really cool stuff going on lately. We pointed to that Spider-Man review that Ludwig did that is mighty, mighty funny. We have a fun Mother's Day feature coming up wherein the Joystiq crew talks to their moms about video games. It's a thing. There are adorable pictures involved. And we also are running between now and the end of E3 2014.
I'm going on a digging rampage, by the way, while you do this.
Dig everything up!
Everything must be dug.
Every single Friday between now and E3 2014, we are giving away 14 games. These are retail games for PS Vita, Wii U, PlayStation 4, Xbox One. Why are we doing that? Because why not, man? Why not? So keep an eye out on Friday at joystiq.com for that giveaway. And our next stream, we will be back on Thursday, and Thursday is going to be crazy. Because we are streaming League of Legends. That's not exciting. Everybody streams League of Legends. That is not, that's not unusual. But this League of Legends stream is going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit of a boot camp where we teach people who don't know how to play League of Legends how to play League of Legends. But not only that, but it's going to be the voice actors of League of Legends. We're going to have Eric Bra and Adam Harrington and all the people that do the voices of the characters in that, as well as in other games like The Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead, are going to be hanging out here on the stream with us, and it's going to be super freaking awesome. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Somebody in the chat just said, that is a horrible idea. No! It is a brilliant, beautiful, terrifying idea. And we cannot wait for you guys to join us. In the meantime, thank you for stopping by, and we will see you on Thursday, everybody. Thanks so much for coming. And thank you, Luddy, for playing.
Of course.